So this is the bhajan from Gogul Bhajan, begging Gurudev to become the captain of our boat. Our boat means our life. So we are using our life is like a boat. So we are struggling in this samsara ocean, which is very turbulent, with birth, death, disease, and old age.
जगतुपयकरण भवतु महतरण पङ्कजपदं शरणं तव पङ्कजपदं शरणं मम नाविकपति गुरुदेवा मम नाविकपति गुरुदेवा जगतुपयकरण भवतु महतरण पङ्कजपदं शरणं तव पङ्कजपदं शरणं मम नाविकपति गुरुदेवा मम नाविकपति गुरुदेवा.
Sing now.
Krishna. That's awesome.
Tavase Gurudevaya Tavase Gurudevaya.
Now we are sitting back to our program. Today is about Puri Jagannath temple part-2. So this temple is actually so huge. It is over about 420,000 square feet. It has 4 gates, each direction there is a gate. So in the north side, it is called Elephant Gate. South side, Horse Gate. East side, it is called Lion Gate. That is the main entrance. Then the west side is Tiger Gate. And the Lion Gate, which is on the eastern side, is where the deities will be really coming out to ride on the chariot. Okay, and the Jagannath temple has the largest and most ancient kitchen in the world. Actually, it is about 150 feet long, 100 feet broad, and 20 feet high. The kitchen has many mysteries of its own, as I mentioned last time. And the one outstanding thing about this kitchen is such a big, even a big feast can be arranged, to feed 1 lakh, that is 100,000 people. You just tell them only 2 or 3 hours before, and they can make it. It is amazing. Just 2 or 3 hours back before you tell them to cook prasadam, they can make prasadam for 100,000 people. This is very, 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 very mysterious. And the process of preparation is very hygienic, very hygienic. Only woods, they use only wood, no gas, no, nothing else, only wood. That traditional method of preparation the food. I also told in the last class that they stack up the pots, earthen pots. All the pots are not metal, only earthen pots. They stack them up. Okay, and the mysterious thing is, because there is no hole or anything. See, it's the pot, one after another. The thing is, the mysterious thing is, the top of the top part of the seven layers they put, the 7 parts, one top of another. The 7th on the top will get cooked first. Then only the last one in the bottom. It's very, very strange. But anyway, so when we were there, we were enjoying the prasadam a lot. So when you enter into the temple, you are entering into a place where is Nata Mandira is the main place, where there is a pillar, there is a monolithic pillar about 10 feet high, 10 feet high, on top of which there is an image of Garuda, the Garuda. Garuda is the carrier of Vishnu, Krishna, and all those. So usually the visitors touch the pillar with both hands, and through centuries of such touching, the center portion of the pillar has become thinner. Because they will be touching and touching and touching, it becomes really thinner. That means how many years they have been doing. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after sannyas, he went to the Jagannath Puri temple, and he was living here for many years. So when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first seeing Lord Jagannath, he fainted. He just collapsed. And near that was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, a very famous figure. That time he was the head priest of the temple. He saw and he was amazed to see such a beautiful brahmachari, so effulgent. And he was having that kind of bhakti, prema bhakti. And how he just collapsed. Then he told all the pujaris to take Mahaprabhu and bring Mahaprabhu to his own house, which is also nearby. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in that ecstasy, that prema, and when he was touching the pillar and also the foot where he was standing on the stone foundation, wherever his feet and his fingers touched, it got melted. It melted. And if you can see, right, even now, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu touched and where it was melting, where melted, the rock melted. Look at, wherever he touched, the rock melted. And wherever he was standing, that because of that spiritual ecstasy. See the power of the vibration of these kind of feelings. This devotional feeling. So that stone floor and the pillar, they're all, you can see the impression there. But as I said, there is no photography allowed. No photography allowed. That is why we are not able to show all those things. So many wonderful, but no photography. We are very strict. And in fact, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, every day he used to go to this Lord Jagannath and worship him while he was staying in the room of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who gave that small room. That room is still there. We saw that room, and it's a small room only, maybe about 6 feet by 6 feet or maybe 8 feet by 8. Very small room. Very small room. He is a personality of Godhead. And how much space that he was using to stay is amazing, actually. Then once, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually just worshipping, there was a lot of crowd. And out of the crowd, everybody was really trying to get a darshan of the deity, the massive, great, big deity you should see. Very big deity, amazingly good. So everybody wanted to get a good darshan. And there was a woman. She also wanted to get a good darshan of the deity, and he forgot everything around. And wherever that she could climb to get a darshan, she really got hold of the pillar, but she could not stand. And nearby was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that the woman did not know about. That she just put her leg on the shoulder of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As soon as people found this, they were just running and then chastising the woman. Why you did that? Because a sannyasi should not be even seen. A sannyasi should not even see a woman. on her eyes. And also now what we have done, this is very bad. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said this, because she was in that particular, the bhakti to get a darshan of the Lord. I really honor her. So she really said, no, don't chastise her. This is good. This is what? Because the Lord always carries the the devotee on his head. Look at why Lord Krishna is having a peacock feather on his crown. Because that peacock, as a devotee, just wanted to make Krishna happy by just dancing in front of the Lord. But then he could not give anything. And from his feather, just a feather, just he really gave. And Krishna took it and put it on top of his head. So this is the nature of Krishna. So this was an incident that actually happened. And now this is very, very interesting to really find out. When you see this amazing temple, which is so tall, you will notice something very unique. Every day, they change the flag. This is called flag changing ceremony. So the flag changing ceremony is very unique to see from outside. You know what happens is, if you see, I'm just also talking and then playing that. And there used to be, it's only few persons who can really climb this very tall the temple. And like how they actually even only certain families coming in ancestry are allowed to really climb on this temple to change the flag every day. Those families, even now, they will get only sons, and sons will be born. And if you really to go on the top, there is actually so much of wind, and it is very dangerous. So one should not be afraid of climbing by themselves. And the way they train is, when that man was, when he was a boy, they will train by climbing down in the deep well, up and down, so that the fear goes away. So, because if you have fear, finished, you cannot really make it. It's very, 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 very dangerous. Okay, now how we got this particular recording? You may ask. It was not our recording. It was someone else. But I think probably through drone or some. I don't know how they did it. They did it, and then I'm just showing only a glimpse of this. It's very, very unique thing that they really do. And another thing is the flag that is, that you are seeing, it is actually 40 feet, wide, 40 feet wide. And wherever the wind is blowing, the flag will be waving the opposite to the wind. This, nobody knows why it is happening. And another thing is, when sometime back, some aeroplane by mistake or something, they were really trying to go over, and the instrument got really all panicked. It really became, they all misbehaved. And then after that, the government put a rule that no, you cannot fly over, because that was, at that time, the problem was not only for a religious purpose, but also it was dangerous because of the instruments go havoc. Anyway, so there are a lot of stories to really tell about this wonderful, unique place, which is Puri Jagannath temple. And now, this Lord Jagannath used to really to be very interactive with the devotees. in so many ways. And one of the unique thing about Lord Jagannath is he is Sangeeta Priya. Sangeeta Priya means Sangeetam means traditional bhajans, very melodious, and traditional bhajans is Sangeetam. Priya means one who loves it. So now he had a very, very, the great taste of hearing the traditional songs from Gita Govindam. Even today, in the temple, there are, like devotees who really sing this Gita Govindam, composed by Sri Jayadeva Goswami, and they really also dance there. And this is every day because Jagannath really always wants to hear this Gita Govindam. So we also actually, our Gogul Bhajan also sang several of them and made even videos about this. So Lord Jagannath is very, very unique. Once what happened was, in the midnight, outside the temple, a woman who was singing this this Gita Govindam outside the temple, she was not allowed to come in because of the the caste and things like that time. So she was singing outside for the Lord. She was that time there was a nice garden, but nowadays there are you see only roads and streets and buildings. So those days there were actually the nice garden. So she was singing right there, but she cannot enter inside. But Lord Jagannath came to know in the midnight. Yes, oh, some devotees actually singing for me. Wonderful Gita Govindam. You know what he did? Lord Jagannath, right? He is a wooden deity. That deity magically came out of the temple by just magically, it just disappeared from the altar and came out, and there in the garden there were some bushes, small plants. So this deity was sitting right at the back of the bush, and he was listening to this Gita Govindam. And the devotee was singing and singing and singing. So it started at about midnight. Now 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, now going to be 3 o'clock in the morning. Every day 3 o'clock, entering into the temple at 3 a.m. in the morning. So the pujari is entering the temple, and he's something that the Jagannath was missing or something. And that Jagannath who went outside came to know, oh, this is the morning, the pujari is going to come. Nobody should really see me missing. So immediately he really dragged himself and in that process, in his clothes, so many thorns were really took, the piercing, just pinching and taking these cloths, here and there. And but he was hurrying about, just he got into the altar as a deity. So the priest was wondering, what? I didn't see Jagannath just sometime, and now what happened? Now Jagannath is here. But when he saw Jagannath, he saw all the torn cloths and also the thorns there. He got worried. Oh, somebody came inside and then did some damage to Lord Jagannath. So immediately he really contacted king, because the king was always so involved in the temple. So king also came to know, and all the priests, everybody came to know. They were worried and they were wondering what to do. Then he changed the clothes, and anyway, so they did the puja, and after that, the night, Lord Jagannath revealed to the head pujari's dream, and also the king's dream, same dream. Both were seen, is, I am a Sangeeta Priya. I love Sangeetam, the traditional song, because when Jayadeva Goswami wrote Gita Govindam, every song he put what raga and what thala we have to use. We cannot really use anything else, like Western, no, we cannot do that. So he wrote it. And that, in the dream he told, I am Sangeeta Priya. One of my devotees was singing this Gita Govinda. I could not resist. So I just went out and I was listening. And when it was in the morning, when the priest was about to start the program, I hurried up. And that time, all the thorns, everything, then they came to know. Sangeeta Priya. So, with this particular story at the back, by Gurudev's mercy, I really started writing a small, special bhajan. That is the Sangeeta Priya. I will play only little bit, so you can listen. Sangeeta Priya Krishna. Actually, there are so many mysterious things about Jagannath. So now this temple is so tall, but no shadow touches the earth. No shadow. You cannot find shadow anywhere of the temple. It's nobody. The thing is, as soon as you step into this temple, something mysterious happens actually. Because outside, the road is very, very, very noisy. So very busy, noisy. You get into that inside, nothing. All the noise completely stops. So many mysteries are there. Anyway, so they have written some, the devotees have composed so many mysterious things that they find there. Now, here is interesting. According to the scrolls, Jesus Christ abandoned Jerusalem. That time he was just Jesus, not Christ. Jesus abandoned Jerusalem at the age of 13 and set out towards Sindhu, our Bharat Bhumi, intending to improve and perfect himself in the divine understanding and to studying the laws of the great Buddha, actually. Because you see, there's a BBC, so the BBC has published a big documentary. You can see that in the YouTube or wherever. And they are telling the same thing. Because in the Bible, we miss his 17 years, age 13 to 29, the life of Jesus is missing. So from the findings and also the carvings on many places, it is said that Jesus crossed to Punjab and reached Puri Jagannath, where he studied the Vedas under Brahmin priests. So it is said that he was staying in Jagannath Puri for 6.5 years. Okay, and later he went to north. Now see the ancient Silk Road. Now actually there are China and also there are other countries. They are all trying to build a big road over there, but that's a big project. It is basically the same Silk Road which was used by these Arabian countries to come to Bharat, India, to really exchange these different commodities, the spices and silks, and a silk, especially silk made from Bharat was very famous. So that was the reason this was called Silk Road, actually. So silk was one of the main commodity that they were actually buying from Bharat, addition to spices and all those. So also later he also visited Vrindavan and stayed there and made, because he was saying Krishna, 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 Krishna. So he made, apparently this is what we are hearing is, the word Christ, it came from the root word Krish. So Krish in Hebrews is Christ. Christ. Christ is Christ. Otherwise, where did he get the last name from? So Jesus traveled to India, Nepal, Ladakh, and also Tibet. And there he studied, and also he was also later teaching. Then he returned back to Jerusalem and preached this Bhakti Yoga, especially along with this Buddhism also included. And whatever that he learned from India, that was what Jesus Christ was preaching back again. And now so many books have been written. So many books have been written. And from these documents, which the Christians systematically planning to really destroy all the evidences, but they could not do, because so many evidences could not be actually hidden. It is Tibet, there is so much of records there. They apparently from France, some Christian missionary went there and then somehow bought this one which was talking about Jesus Christ, and then they really trashed it. Even then, more documents are left. So that is why so many books are coming. So in terms of religion, in terms of Sanatan Dharma, the origin is Bharat. Bharata Bhumite, Kaila Manusha. That is why gurus are also coming from all India only. They are the real gurus. So everybody comes and learns from here only. So this is this is the history. So anyway, there is also, so people may ask, why only Hindus are allowed inside Jagannath temple? There is a history behind. Actually that time, because remember the Puri, that area was always ruled by by king. They're all wonderful devotees of Lord Jagannath. And they were so strong at that time this Muslim invasion was really too much. They were coming all the way down. And when they really came to know that the Jagannath Puri temple is actually a Hindu temple, and this Muslim king wanted to demolish, but it is so big. Remember in Brindavan, these Muslims actually destroyed more than maybe hundreds of temples they destroyed. One of them was actually Radha Govinda, the temple of Sri Rupa Goswami. You see the history. So many places. So even Ram temple, Ayodhya also they really grabbed. So now at least slowly they are actually trying to get the things back. But anyway, here, so when this Muslim king, emperor, he really arranged to come and then wanted to change the king to get into the Islam. He was just to meet, he really saw the king. Just he was standing in front of this temple gate called Lion Gate. You see the lion there, Lion Gate. There are two lions, one left and one the right side. So he was there, and then Muslim king came, and then he just argued, and then says, you have to become a Muslim, otherwise I am going to cut off your head. And that time the king also did not have that many soldiers. But this Muslim, the Muslim king with the sword, he really wanted to cut off his head, the king's head. The king, out of he's afraid, and then he ran into this lion gate. It's called Shimha Dwara. Shimha means lion, Dwara means gate. This is called lion gate. So when he ran inside, and the Muslim also got inside, just inside, and he really pulled his sword, and he was about to cut the head of the king. But with his, to his surprise, the sword, by the time he was just waving to really cut, it became, cut into pieces, so many pieces, and all gone. Then the king, the Muslim king, got, oh, what happened? This is mysterious. He got afraid. He immediately ran out. That time the king passed a rule. This temple, only Hindus are allowed inside. No one else is allowed. Yeah, this is a story. They made that as a law. And even now they are actually following. And when Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakura was also coming to Jagannath Puri to live with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did not come even into the temple. He was always living under a tree, and he was chanting 192 rounds every day. And he was seeing only the chakra. You saw that in the video. On the top there is a huge chakra. So that is visible. So when we really pray, pray to that chakra, it is equivalent to seeing getting the darshan of Lord Jagannath. Also, when you come to this gate, from near, without even entering into the gate, through that, if you see, I am not showing that here because no camera allowed. This is somebody else, somebody took it, I am using it. And inside, you can see there is a small statue of Lord Jagannath. This is called Paditta Pavana. Paditta Pavana. That means those who cannot enter into the temple, they can at least get a glimpse from outside and then pray that too. So a lot of things are associated with this temple. And what you see is that is a wide street where the Radha Yatra happens. Okay, I'm just explaining to everybody, how the Radha Yatra used to, that is a big story, because as you know, Radha Yatra is very, very famous event in Jagannath Puri. Very famous event. Amazing. It really happened so many days, like 7 or 10 days, whatever. Yeah. So it runs for so many days. And the rathas, as they really are being pulled by the devotees on this massive, very wide street from the Jagannath Puri temple to Gundicha temple. So Gundicha temple was built by Gundicha, the queen of Indradhyumna. I told the stories before. Indradhyumna was the king that time when this temple was built, and Kundicha was the queen. So when this temple was built, then the king wanted to really build her own temple again, and that was a Gundicha temple. I will be talking about that soon. So this temple is very, 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 very amazing. So many wonderful incidents that happen. Once what happened, you must have seen when there is Radha Yatra, in the front, the king of that country, the region, he used to come and then sweep. See the small sweeping this stick there. It's all made of the coconut, the strings like that. So he used to come and then clean at the front. So once what happened was that king became sick. He could not actually come and then do this particular ritual. That was 1972 actually. There was only black and white TV or something like that. So that was very, very before. So, and the Jagannath deity was supposed to be taken outside and then put on the chariot. Used to be about 6 to 10 people used to, because it's very heavy, used to take and then put the deity into the chariot. And now the king did not come. So they could not do it. And Lord Jagannath wouldn't move at all. Like a rock, no, nobody could do anything. Then this was happening for hours and hours, nobody could do anything. And because the king did not come to really sweep the street before the Radha Yatra happened. And then this was announced in the radio and the black and white TV also that came, and this king was watching. And he came to know, for hours and hours the chariot is not able, nobody could put in the chariot. It was very, very funny. And then immediately magistrate, even the magistrate ordered, hey, okay, send more police constables, like very, like the stout people, lift and then put in the chariot, because the chariot festival is delaying. It's delaying. Time is running. So they tried. 50 people came. 50 people came and then tried to really lift. Jagannath will not move. Then this king then finally came to know. And so this is something serious. Then he realized, because I am feeling sick today, fever, he was in fever. Now because I did not go, Jagannath wouldn't move. So he immediately, no, forget about my fever, whatever I am, no. He immediately took the thing and put the dress and came running to this temple. And just in front, he grabbed the brooming stick and he started brooming. And then he said, actually 6 devotees used to really take the Jagannath, and even 50 people could not do that. And he said, please try with the same 6 people that you started with. Let us do. Yes, Jagannath just like a floating or something. As soon as they touched it, he was just floating, and then just they could put it in the chariot. So many wonders are there. And also, as you might have heard about, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was working in Jagannath Puri for quite some time as magistrate in the British government that time. And in fact, he was, he told, I will work only 4 hours in the morning, and the remaining time I will use that for sadhu sangha. I will go and then read Srimad Bhagavatam for everybody. So that time, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura also born. He was born in Jagannath Puri. And once that Ratha Yatra was really coming on the road, nicely coming, and that place, particular place, the home. You see now what you see right there on the left side. Yes, that is the home of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's home. That where Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura was born. So this place was not a place to stop, but the chariot stopped. And seeing this, Bhaktivinoda Thakur took this newborn baby, only few months old or something. He brought that to the Jagannath temple, and he placed Jagannath, in front of the Jagannath deity inside the Ratha, and he placed his son, Bhakti Siddhanta. That time his name was Vimal. So he put under, and with everyone's surprise, a garland from Jagannath's deity just fell on the small boy, who was that time the name was Vimal, and it was a blessing because now that remember, as you see, the Bhaktivinoda Thakur also was very important in the temple management too. So a lot of ways he was associated, and this is a unique place where I was explaining the same thing to our devotees there. Okay, came to Parikrama. All right. So now the Gundicha temple. Gundicha temple is like Vrindavan. So when you say that the Jagannath Puri temple is like Dwaraka. So in Dwaraka, it was actually Dwarakeshwara. That is Dwaraka Krishna was there with 4 arms and everything. But that's a different story. But here he has taken the special form as big, large eyes and like sunken, the hands and everything, because that also has a big story behind. I am not going to tell that story because it's very long. So the Ratha Yatra is supposed to signify that Lord Jagannath wants to come to Vrindavan. That Vrindavan is this Gundicha temple. This Gundicha temple represents Vrindavan. So Lord Jagannath in disguise, because remember there is something called Snana. Snana means bath. So in every year they give very special bath to the deity of the Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra. Okay, once in a year they do that. Big, it will be going on for so many days and so many days. They will bring so many holy, waters from holy rivers, and then they pour and pour. Abhishek will be going on and going on. And then at the end, as per the tradition, Jagannath says, because of so much of water, I am really taking bath continuously every day. Now I am getting sick. What is this water represents that we are pouring? That represents our bhakti. We are our bhakti, our bhava. That is what whenever we give abhishek to deity, what that means? You are pouring the deity over, with your affection. That is what it represents. So because of the affection, This affection now Lord thinks about his really most affectionate place, which is Vrindavan, not Dwaraka, not with Lakshmi, who is actually there is Rukmini and Satyabhama, like that 16,108 queens there he is living, but he was not happy there. So taking this big bathing as the excuse, he tells Lakshmi Devi, Rukmini, oh, I am sick. I want a break. I want a vacation. I want to go out for some little time out, and then recover from this my sickness, cold. So Lakshmi Devi says, okay, yes, you go ahead, and that was the reason behind the Ratha Yatra. So they all immediate Jagannath just comes out and jumps into this Ratha. And by seeing, then Balaram thinks, oh, Lord needs protection. I also will go with him. And the Balaram also jumps and into his own Radha chariot. And then the Subhadra also thinking, both of them going, now what will I do alone here? Let me also come. So she also jumps in her Ratha. And that is how the three Radhas will be coming. There's a big story again about the size and why, how it's made, everything. I'm not going to really cover that. So when he comes here, where does he go? The Ratha Yatra, after whatever 7 days or 9 days, whatever, it really reaches Gundicha temple, which represents Vrindavan. Because he knows that only Vrindavan, the Brajavasis are the real loving devotees. So he comes. And when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was here, he wanted to make this even more memorable. So before this Ratha Yatra, he used to call so many of all the devotees from, and he really asked them to come and clean the temple. That is called Gundicha Marjana. This Gundicha Marjana is very, very famous festival where the king used to supply so much of water, so much of pitchers of water, and so much of broomsticks to clean this Gundicha temple. This is very unique event. This happens before the Ratha Yatra. And this, what does it represent? This represents cleaning the heart. Because only when we clean our heart from all the anarthas of lust, anger, greed, laziness, these all kinds of bad qualities that we have, only when we clean, the Lord will come and sit there. So who does the cleaning? Actually, Gurudev. Gurudev is the one who really cleans. He is the one who removes all our ignorance, all our anarthas and everything. And this represents that he himself, actually, if you see the picture there, look at Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself was really, cleaning the temple as an example, and everybody followed. So this was a very, very rare event that every time that happens. Every year this happens. Then the Ratha Yatra comes and Jagannath and Balaram and Subhadra, all three then get into the Gundicha temple. And in the Gundicha temple there is actually a nice place for them. And here it is only the affection is there. So he's different. He's actually feeling like he's at home, relaxing. And because the way that Lord Krishna, Baladev and Subhadra, so they think that Lord Jagannath thinks that he is now in Vrindavan with all his dear gopis. So the time passes and passes. They forget the time. Time goes and goes and goes. Now, there, Lakshmi Devi in the Jagannath temple is wondering what is happening. Lord Jagannath said he will go out only for few days. But now Now look at, he's not returning back. He hasn't returned. So he's saying, how many days gone? So she arranges some spies. See, suspicion. Somewhere this Jagannath has really gone. So he's really sending spies to see what is happening. And Lord Lakshmi actually come to know finally that, oh, Jagannath is happily there in Vrindavan. That is Gundicha temple. He is happily living there, and then he has no plan to come back. After hearing this one, Lakshmi Devi gets so furious. What did she do? What did she do? Wow. She grabs a broomstick and a bucket of water, and then he said, yes, let us go. And then, his devotees, Lakshmi Devi's devotees, they immediately arranges a palanquin, and in the palanquin, this broomstick and a bucket of water. Why? To beat Jagannath. To beat Jagannath. So, the broomstick is not only by the king to sweep, but also used by Lakshmi Devi. Okay? What does she take? What does she do with the bucket of water? So what does she do? Because Jagannath said he got sick because of bathing. So many days bathing water. So she remembered that one. That was the one which caused. So he grabbed a bucket of water and a broomstick. This broomstick, and now coming to the Gundicha temple, which represents Vrindavan. And what does she do? She comes, actually every year they play like this. The same incidents, they really play. Whatever I am talking, they play the same history again and again. Very nicely they do with so many devotees. So what does exactly this Lakshmi Devi do with this bucket of water and the broomstick? She reaches Gundicha with her devotees. She throws the water on the temple. He takes a bucket of water, she splashes on the gate of the temple in the front, and she takes the broom and just beats on the entrance. This is how they do. She's not going to go inside. Why? Tell me why. Why she does not go inside? Lakshmi Devi cannot enter Vrindavan. Even now in Vrindavan, Lakshmi Devi is doing big tapas outside Vrindavan in a place called Belvana. In Belvana, outside Vrindavan, there is a temple called Lakshmi Temple. That is where she is still meditating, doing tapas, so that she can enter into Vrindavan. And Krishna said, no, you cannot enter Vrindavan. This is Brajavasis. This is all what? This is very high. This is not for you. This is gopis. Only gopis can be here. No, not for this. You belong to Vaikunda. Dwaraka, Vaikunda, not Vrindavan. Even now she is doing meditation, at least hoping that one day Krishna will allow her to enter and see the rasa dance. That is what she is doing. Still she was not able to get it. Anyway, coming back. So she doesn't go inside. So he beats there. And then the devotees come to know where from Gundicha temple, they really come. And there is a fighting in between. They do the fighting actually. They beat. That is why even when you go to Gundicha temple, the way how when you really worship Lord Jagannath there, what do? They take a broomstick and they will beat on your head. This is how they do. Okay. So anyway, so they do a lot of fighting back and forth going on, and then they enact it very nicely. So the Gundicha side represents the Brajavasis. And the Jagannath temple side represents Dwarakavasis. Okay, by seeing the fighting, then Jagannath says, okay, I am declaring that now I am not sick anymore. I have to go back. So then Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra Devi, with sadness, they do not want to leave Vrindavan. Who wants to leave Vrindavan? No one wants to leave Vrindavan. With sadness. And they get onto their chariot crying, oh, I am coming back, going back. And return back to the Jagannath temple. This return journey is called Bahuda Yatra. Bahuda means return journey. But then, yes, Lakshmi Devi also follows back now, but she is not happy. She is not happy. Oh, Lord Jagannath, he went and stayed there for a long time, missing me. He did not feel that he was missing me, and then he got angry. Still, the anger is there. So Lakshmi Devi goes back inside the temple, and now he says, what is he saying? Baladev can come, Subhadra can come, but Jagannath cannot come. So, the way they do the Bahuda Yatra is, first Baladev goes in, because Jagannath first tries to get in. Then they refuse, they fight. No. Jagannath, no. The Lakshmi Devi is saying Jagannath cannot come. Because, because she is angry. So, Baladev goes in and Subhadra goes in. They just, talk, they try to calm down the situation. They are telling, no, you have to calm down. Okay, then slowly, then he comes down and then saying, all right, let Jagannath come now. Because the thing is that temple is actually belongs to whom actually? It is this Lakshmi Devi. So then she allows, and then Jagannath goes there. Okay, I will. When the Radha Yatra comes, I will talk about those in detail. Okay, so when we went there, this Gundicha temple was actually closed. We could not go inside because I heard that from the this what is the thing that we got. What is the thing? Yeah, since this epidemic, they really stopped from opening the temple for the public. But anyway, so we really went and then got a darshan. And what you see are some of the devotees that we really went to. Corona, because after Corona, they haven't opened that back yet. After seeing Jagannath's Puri, then we went to see the home of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So this has very big significance. By the time we were going, it was evening already. So it was really it was actually getting dark anyway. So who is this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that I mentioned? Who was the head priest in Puri Jagannath temple? This Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is none other than Brahaspati. So the Brahaspati is the guru of all the devas, demigods, including Indra, and also the prime minister Uddhava was a disciple of Brahaspati. He was directly trained by Brahaspati. He learned so many things from Brahaspati. That was the reason because he got little pride. Then Lord Krishna wanted to really take out this pride and everything. Remember? So that was another story that I will mention later. So this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was actually born in Navadvipa only. We saw the birthplace of this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, which I will cover later as we go. So same thing here also. Due to his position, he was little proud. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya appeared in Navadvipa. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya born Then he, after education, then he moved to Jagannath Puri. Then only Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And he also came to Jagannath Puri. It was a plan. Actually, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to crush the pride of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So look at how the whole Leela is manifesting. So when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to the Jagannath temple, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fainted. Remember I told you in the beginning. He fainted in front of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was then taken to his home. And a small room was given by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to stay. And this is the very room. This room is called Gambira. Very small room. Maybe 6 feet by 6 feet, or maybe not more than 8. I mean, very small room actually. Look at here. Lord of all the worlds. How much space that he is taking? He's taking only very small place. And also, then every day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will go to Jagannath temple for worship. And returning to the Gambira room. How does he do that? Actually, next to this room, there is a flame which is ever burning. Then next to that, on the what you are seeing on the right side, right? Then next to that, you see there is a tunnel. There is the underground tunnel. It is closed now. That was the one connecting directly to Lord Jagannath temple. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't have to walk on the street. He can really just go through the tunnel. That was what he was doing. And he goes through that to the temple. He just comes to the temple and gets darshan. And then he returns back the same way. So returning to the Gambira room, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sit in his room, what you are seeing right here, and chant his beads. And Advaita Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, who is none other than Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. So combined, that is Advaita Acharya. He used to come every day, and he comes. And then he used to smear very fragrant sandalwood pulp all over Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body. So after being worshipped, Lord Chaitanya Prabhu also worshipped Advaita Acharya in return. This is something very unique. So that this, when you go up, because photographs are not allowed. These, I don't know how they could really made it, but I could really get the pictures. And then in front of this place, then we are sitting, and then I was narrating something about this also. The thing is, when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya saw Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing and singing and chanting and fainting in front of the deities, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, out of his pride, he said, "Oh, this sannyasi, this young sannyasi, instead of reading Vedas, instead of reading all the Upanishads and scriptures, why is he wasting his time in just dancing and singing? No, I think he doesn't know a lot of things." So this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was a disciple in the line of Adi Sankaracharya. Adi Sankaracharya is what exactly they are teaching? Mayavadism. This Sankaracharya is none other than this Lord Sadashiva. The Sadashiva was asked by Lord Krishna to really teach his Mayavadism and drive those non-devotees of Krishna away. That was the mission. And now this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is coming in that line. So he thought, oh, I have to teach Vedas and Upanishads, things like this to this young sannyasi. And he told Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Oh, sannyasi, young sannyasi, I think you have to really know a lot of shastras. I will teach you. I will teach you. Come to my room every day. Come to my room. This is the room. Whatever that you are seeing on the picture is the same room. Same room. You come, I will teach. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he knows. He knew. So yes, this is the opportunity that I have to subside his pride. So he said, yes, I will come and listen to you. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came every day to this room. And he was listening to the lecture from Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was just patiently sitting for the whole day, every day, like that. Is listening and listening and listening without asking any single question. Not even a single question Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked. Then, so one day gone, second day gone, third day gone, fourth day gone, fifth, no question. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just patiently listening everything. Then the seventh day came. This Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya really got upset. This young sannyasi does not know anything. He is not asking any question. He is not able to even understand what I am teaching very carefully. Look at, I am wasting my time. Then he asked, oh young sannyasi, did you understand whatever this guy's Siddhanta that I was teaching to you? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, oh, oh, Prabhu, can I ask you a question? Can I answer? Can I ask you? Can I talk? Yes, you can talk. That's what I am waiting for. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started talking. He is systematically bringing so many verses starting from day one, completely reproducing. This was the sloka that you explained. This was the meaning you gave. It is completely wrong. Wrong. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya got shocked. Then he was telling, then you told this sloka, this, whatever, complete, as if he was explaining, you explained like this. It is utterly wrong. Then another sloka, keep on going. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya got, his body got trembling. What is happening? This small young sannyasi is beating me now. I am really, getting defeated in front of him. How can it happen? He really took this small towel, whatever, just put it on his, this thing, and then left the place. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coolly, he also left. And that night, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya did not sleep. He was just weeping. How? Whatever that I learned, what happened to all this? It's all completely useless. Oh, then next day morning, magically Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just appears there in front in the early morning. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya did not sleep at all. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is appearing and shows the Sat Puja form. Sat Puja form. What is the Sat Puja form? He is showing himself with 6 hands. Sat means 6. 6 hands. 2 hands. That with the body of Krishna playing the flute with 2 hands. And then another 2 hands. Green. The 2 hands were that were bluish, dark bluish, and another 2 hands. This is greenish dark, and that was one hand, the bow, and another one, arrow, that is Lord Ramachandra. Then another 2 arms, one arm holding the danda, and the other arm holding a kamandala. So that is the other two arms. So Krishna, Rama, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showing I am none other than that Supreme Bhagavan. Oh, that time then he realizes. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then realizes whatever the thing that I taught you and whatever you are telling back with the real meaning. Now, a mysterious thing happened to him in his heart. Something just was effulgence happening. That was the divine bhakti that was manifesting inside the heart of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. On the spot, he composed 100 verses. I think I have a copy. It's the same copy that I am showing. Yes, I really wanted to, I really started to really recite in some particular tune, but I didn't have time to complete all those. My God, he was amazingly composing that because he was he was a great poet too. 100 verses. It is called Sarvabhauma Sataka. 100 verses. Okay, so this all happened in this very room. It was night, we could not recognize lot of things also, but we could at least see all the places, especially the Gambira. That Gambira has so many stories to really tell. Yes. Okay. Now also, to conclude, there are actually 30 temples, if not less. 30 temples within the Puri temple area, that area. This is the sun god temple. It is made as a form of chariot of sun god. It's about 100 feet or 30 meter high. It's like a chariot. But this actually has also the wheels, wheels as the chariot used to have. So I took them also to this temple because it's also related to Jagannath Puri temple. You know why? There are some nice pillars over here. And now this temple is almost abandoned. Abandoned, how they got abandoned? The Muslim rulers that time, they used to use this as a fort, to hide their armies and their weapons. And these Muslim soldiers used to really damage every single scripture, the sculpture there, by just shooting at them. They have the right gun, and then, shooting at them. They are doing some competitions, who can shoot best, who can destroy, right there like that. They basically spoiled this whole place. So there is nothing, much left to see except the horrible structure. And one of the structures was a tall pillar. That pillar was in a bad shape. It was later moved to the Jagannath Puri temple. It is there in front actually. So in front of the temple, that is also there. So that was the only link. And then I really took them to really just have a little break for that particular day. And that is how this Jagannath is really now the story ends. And we'll just get a little glimpse of Jagannath Ashtakam, little glimpse, and then I will conclude. That concludes today's program. Vanja kalpa tarukchecha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Jai Gurudev, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna.